The city's wearing diamonds in the puddles tonight. Streetlights scatter gold across the black and white. I've been carrying storm where nobody can see. 1,000 restless shadows living underneath me. The clock keeps drawing circles on the bedroom wall. Every memory I bury still remembers how to call. I tried to run in silence but it knew my name. Now the room is breathing slower and nothing feels the same. Maybe I don't need another reason. Maybe every wound don't need a meaning. Maybe all this weight I've held so tight can finally loosen in the night. The noise finally fades like rain washing chalk from yesterday. All the voices lose their power minute by minute. The noise finally fades. No more fighting ghosts that couldn't stay. For the first time in forever, my heart and my mind are in the same place. There's a photograph smiling from the corner shelf, reminding me of someone I forgot inside myself. Not the broken version stitched together by regret, but the soul that still believed the sun would rise again. Outside the window, midnight bends into blue, like the sky itself is healing from something it went through. And every passing car becomes a distant wave, leaving little pieces of peace in its wake. Maybe I don't need to solve the ending. Maybe healing isn't something I can force into happening. Maybe all these scars I've learned to hide can simply rest tonight. The noise finally fades like rain washing chalk from yesterday. All the voices lose their power minute and by minute. The noise finally fades. No more fighting ghosts that couldn't stay. For the first time in forever, my heart and my mind are in the same place. And if tomorrow brings another battle, I'll meet it when it comes. But tonight I'm laying down the armor. Tonight I don't have to run. The moon hangs quiet over rooftops like a hand upon my chest. And every breath becomes a promise that I'm allowed to rest. The noise finally fades like winter melting into warmer days. Every fear becomes a whisper further away with every prayer. The noise finally fades like a river finding where it was meant to go. For the first time in forever, I don't need control. The noise finally fades. And all this finally fades, and all that's left is peace. All that's left is peace. There's a coffee cup cooling on the edge of the night, and a skyline of windows burning soft and bright. Somewhere behind every light is a story I won't know. Somebody healing, somebody body learning how to let go. The avenue below moves like a river of stars, headlights drifting slowly through the dark. And here I am, watching from this quiet room, trying to make peace with everything I couldn't hold on to. Maybe we're all just travelers passing through, collecting pieces of ourselves we thought we lost too soon. Maybe the answers don't arrive on demand, maybe they arrive when we finally understand. Midnight window light shining through the darkness like little signs of light, reminding me I'm not alone tonight. Midnight window lights, every glowing square, a heart trying to survive, and somehow that makes everything feel alright under these midnight window lights. I used to think healing looked dramatic, some like fireworks exploding or thunder breaking clouds, but it feels more like this moment here instead. A little less chaos living inside my head. Yeah. The rain writes silver poems down the glass, each drop reminding me that nothing ever lasts. Not the pain, not the pain, not the fear, not the lonely days. Even storms eventually lose their strength. Hey, hey, yeah, baby, every ending leaves the door unlocked. Maybe every heartbreak softens what was hard. Maybe all the nights I spent afraid of fear were teaching me what peace is supposed to be. Shining through the darkness like little signs of life, reminding me I'm not alone tonight. Midnight window lights, every glowing square, a heart trying to survive, and somehow that makes everything feel alright under these midnight window lights. Somewhere across this sleeping city, someone's making a wish, someone's finding forgiveness, someone's learning to live again. Maybe we're connected by more than we know. Maybe all these lies are proof that hope never really leaves. Midnight window lights floating through the darkness like constellations in disguise, showing me the beauty that's still alive. Every glowing frame, another reason not to hide, another reminder that we'll be alright. Shining through the dark, midnight window lights, ooh, leading me back to my heart. The night stretched thin across the ceiling again, and my thoughts are drawing maps they'll never finish. Every question leaves another question behind, like footprints disappearing in the tide. I spent years trying to untangle every knot, trying to understand the things that broke my heart. but some doors close without explaining why, and some stars fade before they touch the sky. I've been chasing certainty, like it could set me free. But maybe peace begins the moment I release. Some things don't need answers, some things just need time, like rivers finding oceans, or darkness meeting light. Some things don't need answers, not every wound needs a name. Some chapters end in silence, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. There's a box of old memories under my bed, filled with versions of myself I outgrew instead. And every photograph feels softer now, the sharp edges finally went down. I don't need to know what could have been, or replay every road I didn't take back then. The moon outside isn't asking where it's been, it simply shines and begins again. Maybe freedom sounds a lot like letting be. Some things don't need answers, some things just need time. Just need time. Finding oceans, or darkness meeting light. Some things don't need answers, not every wound needs a name. Some chapters end in silence, and that's okay. Some things were never ours to understand. Some things don't need answers, some things simply fade like echoes in the distance and shadows after rain. Some things don't need answers, not every goodbye leaves a trace. Some stories end unfinished, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Some things don't need answers when peace takes their place. The room is painted blue by the television glow, but nothing's really playing. I just needed something close. The city's moving somewhere beyond these walls, while I'm here listening to old emotions talk. The ceiling fan keeps turning like a lazy carousel, spinning little memories I thought I knew too well. 100 different versions of the same goodbye, floating through my mind like paper lanterns in the sky. I used to run whenever silence found me, fill the air with noise so I wouldn't have to see. But tonight the shadows don't feel like enemies. I'm slow dancing thoughts, no longer trying to make them stop, letting every feeling cross the floor. I'm slow dancing with my thoughts, holding every broken piece I got, like they belong to me once more. And for the first time, I don't need the answers anymore. There's a calm inside the chaos I never noticed before. A small light hiding quietly behind every storm. Maybe all this overthinking was never meant to win. Maybe it was only asking me to listen. Outside, the rain keeps writing on the street below. Tiny silver letters, only midnight seems to know. And every passing headlight paints the room in gold, like the universe reminding me I'm not alone. The things I feared are softer now. The ghosts I carry lost their sound, and somehow peace is sitting with me here. Slow dancing with my thoughts, no longer trying to make them stop, letting every feeling cross the floor. Slow dancing with my thoughts, holding every broken piece I got, like they belong to me once more. And for the first time, I don't need the answers anymore. Maybe healing isn't moving on, maybe it's learning how to stay, to sit beside your memories without letting them pull you away. Maybe every scar is proof that your heart survived the fire. Maybe peace begins the moment you stop fighting yourself. I'm slow dancing with my thoughts, let go friends I haven't seen in far too long. Every fear losing its disguise. I'm slow dancing with my thoughts, watching all the heavy clouds dissolve into a softer kind of sky. I'm slow dancing with us, and tonight they finally feel like mine. Slow dancing with my thoughts. With my thoughts. Rain against the glass, writing stories down the pane. Every drop a little memory carrying your name. The city looks blurred from where I'm sitting now, like the world itself forgot what it was worried about. The traffic lights are bleeding red into the street, painting quiet reflections underneath my feet. And somewhere in the distance a siren fades away, leaving nothing but the rhythm of the rain. Funny how the loudest night can become the gentlest places when you stop chasing what's gone and start listening to the spaces. Rain against the clouds, washing all the noise away, like heaven's trying to tell me everything will be okay. Rain against the glass, turning pain into a drop keeps whispering, you don't have to carry yesterday. Ooh. There's a sweater on the chair you used to wear, and for the first time it doesn't pull me back there. It just sits quietly like an old photograph, a reminder that not everything is meant to last. The storm outside is slowly losing all its fight, thunder turning into silence as the clouds drift by. And maybe that's what healing looks like after all. Not forgetting, but learning how to fall less hard. The heart moves at its own pace, no matter what we demand. And peace arrives much slower than we ever planned. Rain against the glass, rain against the glass, washing all the noise away. Like heaven's trying to tell me everything will be okay. Rain against the glass, turning pain into a softer shade. Every drop keeps whispering, every drop keeps. Don't have to carry yesterday. I spent so many nights trying to rewrite endings, trying to negotiate with the loss, trying to make sense of every goodbye. But the rain never asks questions, it simply falls. And somehow that feels like wisdom. Rain against the glass, like a choir singing through the dark. Every drop, a tiny light, leading me back to my heart. Rain against the glass, like a river, teaching me to change, showing me that peace can grow. Every tempest, even from the deepest pain. And tonight I finally let it wash over me. I got good at smiling through the cracks, keeping conversations on the surface of the map. Everybody saw the version I designed, but nobody heard the storms behind my eyes. I was strung like a tailored suit, even when it didn't fit the truth. Carried whole worlds on my shoulders every day, then wonder why I felt myself slowly break. I spent so long pretending I was fine that I almost believed the lie. The weight I never showed was heavier than anyone could know. Every silent battle, every hidden bruise, every night's been trying not to come unglued. The weight I never showed built a home inside my bones. But tonight I'm finally setting it down, piece by piece, breath by breath. I'm letting go. There were phone calls I never made, tears that disappeared before they reached my face, words I buried underneath my pride, little earthquakes living deep inside. And every time someone asked if I was okay, I'd hand them the answer they expected anyway. Not because I wanted to deceive, I just didn't know how to let myself be seen. Maybe courage isn't standing tall, maybe courage is admitting when you're small. The weight I never showed was heavier than anyone could know. that learn how to open after the breaking. The weight I never showed no longer owns a space inside my soul. Every fear that used to hold me down is losing its grip right now. The weight I never showed is finally becoming something old. A story I survived, not a place I live anymore. The weight I never showed, the weight I never showed. And tonight I leave it behind. I walked in, carrying shadows from another year. Suitcases full of silence, regret and fear. Every room I entered felt a little too small for all the things I never said at all. I kept old wounds folded inside my coat, like faded letters I couldn't let go. Thinking pain was proof that it all meant something, while it quietly became everything. But tonight the air feels different somehow, like the world is asking me to put it down. Leave the hurt at the door, you don't live there anymore. All those ghosts you've been protecting don't belong inside your heart. Leave the hurt at the door, you don't have to fight that war. Every step into tomorrow starts with letting go of what came before. Leave the hurt at the door. The moon hangs low above us, the sleeping street. Silver light spilling underneath my feet, and every breath feels lighter than the last pieces of the past begin to pass. I thought forgiveness meant forgetting what was real, but maybe it's deciding not to relive how it feels. Maybe healing is allowing scars to stay without giving it's so quiet I can hear the walls breathe. Moonlight spills across the floor in silver stream. No messages, no noise, no place to be. Just me and a version of myself I've been avoiding. The clock still moves, but slower than before. Like even time is tired of keeping score. And for the first time I don't reach for distraction. I let the silence have its moment. Maybe peace doesn't arrive like thunder. Maybe it arrives like this. A little softer, a little slower, a little closer than we think. I'm breathing through the silence, not afraid of what I find in every breath untangling the night. I'm breathing through the silence, letting all the heavy feelings sit without turning them into something that and somehow the quiet doesn't hurt anymore. I used to think empty rooms were dangerous places, filled with old regrets and unfinished conversations. But tonight they feel like open skies instead, wide enough to hold every thought inside my head. The stars outside aren't trying to be understood. They simply shine because that's what they do. And maybe I don't have to solve myself tonight. Maybe existing is enough. The heart doesn't heal by force. It heals when it's finally given space. I'm breathing through the silence, not afraid of what I find in it. Every breath untangling another night. I'm breathing through the silence, letting all the heavy feelings sit without turning them into something they're not. And somehow the quiet doesn't hurt anymore. There are parts of me I spent years trying to outrun, parts that felt too fragile, too broken, too complicated to face. But tonight they sit beside me, and neither of us needs fixing. We just need room to breathe. I'm breathing through the silence, like the ocean breathing with the moon. Every inhale bringing me back home. I'm breathing through the silence, watching all the fear lose its shape, turning into something softer, something I can hold. And somehow the quiet feels beautiful now. I'm breathing through the silence, There's a box tucked away in the back of my closet, filled with words that never found where they belong. Pages bent from nights I couldn't sleep, ink carrying promises I couldn't keep. Some were apologies that came too late, some were confessions I was too afraid to say. Some were simply me trying to understand why certain hearts slipped through your hands. I thought unfinished words would haunt me forever, but tonight they feel lighter somehow. These are the letters I never sent, the pieces of my heart I kept, every line of bridge that never reached the other side. These are the letters I never sent, dreams and tears trapped in the margins, but maybe they were never meant to arrive. Maybe writing them was enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One letter carried the weight of goodbye, another asked questions time never replied to. One was written to the person I used to be, the one who thought love could save everything. And reading them now beneath this midnight sky, I don't hear heartbreak when I read the lines. I hear someone doing the best they could with the heart they had at the time. Funny how distance changes the shape of pain, turning sharp edges into softer names. These are the letters I never sent, the pieces of my heart I kept, every line of bridge that never reached the other side. These are the letters I never sent, dreams and tears trapped in the margins, but maybe they were never meant to arrive. Maybe writing them was enough. Strings begin to rise to the people I couldn't keep. I release you. Ooh, to the moments I wanted back. I release them. To the version of me still standing in old doorways, waiting for answers. I release him too, because not every story needs a reunion to become beautiful. These are the letters I never sent, the echoes of a life I've lived, proof that I loved, that I hoped, that I tried. These are the letters I never sent, no longer heavy in my hands, no longer asking me to look behind. Tonight I fold them into the past and let the wind decide. These are the letters I never sent, the letters I never sent. And finally, I don't need a reply. Made it feel different every night, like it's finally stopped pretending to be strong. Storefront reflections shimmer on the pavement, and every empty street hums a quiet song. The traffic's gone, the noises disappear, leaving room for thoughts I used to feel. And as I walk beneath these silver skies, I feel something inside me begin to soften. The night isn't asking me to explain myself, it's simply letting me exist. Moonlight on empty streets, painting peace where chaos used to be. Every shadow losing its grip on me. Moonlight on empty streets, turning wounds into memories. For the first time in a long time, I can breathe under this moonlight on empty streets. I pass the places where I used to break, the corner cafe, the park beside the lake, and somehow none of them hurt the same. Time has quietly rearranged the pain. The moon hangs low above the sleeping town, like a lantern guiding lost hearts home. And every step feels lighter than the last, as pieces of the past loosen their hold. Maybe healing isn't moving away, maybe it's learning how to stay without carrying yesterday. Moonlight on empty streets, painting peace where chaos used to be. Every shadow losing its grip on me. Moonlight on empty streets, turning old wounds into memories. For the first time in a long time, I can breathe under this moonlight on empty streets. Tonight the city feels like a mirror, showing me someone I almost forgot. Someone softer, someone calmer, someone who survived every storm. Not because they were fearless, but because they kept going, even when they were tired. Moonlight on empty streets, shining where the broken pieces used to be. Every scar becoming part of the scenery. Like a river flowing quietly through me. For the first time in forever, I feel free under this moonlight on empty street. Moonlight on empty street. Moonlight on empty street. And tonight the road feels like home. And tonight the road feels like